Hey guys, what is up, and welcome back to another episode of Goattville Building. We are back at it again, and today we're going to be doing some more stuff. Today we're going to be doing a little bit of a different kind of episode. It's going to be a little bit shorter, but that's because I'm going to be trying to do, what my original intention for this series was. I didn't want to just be building random stuff here, but I've just been working on townhouses recently, and I don't really feel like doing that. So we're going to be working over here in this sort of wooded area, and I'm just gonna be building just a little bit of this forest kind of environment. And I guess through the process, I can show you, some of my tips and stuff on how I can make a really nice looking sort of forest environment like so. So yeah, if you want to get some knowledge, that's important on how to do stuff like this. Then yeah, stay tuned, because we're going to start working on that right about now. There's no time to waste. We got to get straight to it. Okay, so first thing we're going to do, trees. I prefer oak as the primary tree, but whatever. Now we're going to get some, we're going to need to grow those big trees, so we're going to need some grass, well, some glass. That rhymed. but anyway, we're going to put one tree right here, and we're just going to go up 2 blocks, put one there, and we're just going to take the glass, put it like so, bone meal this a couple times. If we're lucky, it will come up real quick, or it will just take a while. There we go. That's a good tree, actually. So we got that. Then we replace the grass, of course, but I don't really like just having it 1 block up, just because it kind of looks a little bit stupid in sort of the best way to describe it. But usually when I have these really thick ones, the really big ones, I usually try making 2x2 stump, or what would you call this stuff? Not really stem, but I put sort of a bigger sort of thing to it as its base. But when it kind of flaws and makes one of these awful smaller trees, I just keep it at 1 block, just to keep the realism, But I could keep it like that. If I feel like it, I can add a few branches here on the side. That's a little bit weird there. I can add a few branches on the side, just going up and connecting with that. I'm gonna need some more leaves. Yes. I'm gonna need throw some more leaves on, just so it kind of fits in and looks like that branch is actually going somewhere. So yeah, we can just do something like that. And also you can put just a few blocks, 1 to 3 on the side, so that it looks like it's kind of a little bit, the roots are kind of going into the ground, so you can actually add some here in the ground. Very lovely. Alright, there's one tree down. So now let's continue with something else. I suppose we can put another one right here, because we're gonna need those. We're gonna need sort of a nice forest environment. So we're gonna put one up here. I think we might put it right on this hill. So yeah, we're gonna go with that. So we're gonna put that right there. Put the glass like so. And I'm not too sure if this glass, if you can if you put it that way, if it would influence the way it goes. I don't know. It might, but probably not. So yeah, there we go. Is that another good tree? It's satisfactory. Hold on. Would this be enough to just stay at 1 or 2? For a tree like this, I think I might go with a sort of design like this one. How it's kind of all wavy and stuff like that. How it kind of leans off to the side. So what I think I might do is actually have it sort of off here on the side, and it's kind of growing up and towards that way. There we go. That's a good idea. So yeah, let's go taking some of that and sort of build this side like that, and then we just do it for the opposite side here, like that. Maybe bring that down a little bit more, and there we go. We sort of got this little bent design like that. Maybe we can put a little bit more right here, so it looks kind of it makes sense in terms of physics. So yeah, we could just put something like that, and there we go. We got a second tree right there. And sometimes, you don't want it to just be all oak, because that's not really how forest, or at least natural forests, go. So every now and then, I usually like to stick in just a simple birch tree. Birch trees look really nice. As you can see, we got one over here. We got another one right here on this little peninsula. So yeah, just like to throw, different types of trees in. In terms of custom trees, they I sort of do half custom trees. They got natural Minecraft elements to them, but I've also like added something to them so they're not, boring. But in terms of making custom trees, there's one custom tree that I made all the way over here, which I would never make again. Look at that. I gotta fix up that over there, but this is a custom tree I made. Took me a while. Like, I like the result of it. It looks like a good tree, like a good natural tree, and it's kind of like designed with all these different leaf types, and it's got like holes in it, so it looks like the leaves are properly arranged, but it just took me so long. I just really didn't feel like it. But yeah, I like these trees, where you just kind of like grow them naturally and then sort of add stuff to it. But yeah, let's continue back with this. Oh yeah, that's something we need to add. Fallen trees, that's a good thing to have, but not too much of them, of course. But anyway, since we got that birch tree in there, I think we might keep this little spot like a little bit open as kind of like access to the path. I usually like to keep a block sort of scattered across, kind of indicating a path. Like, it's not completely, it's kind of like scattered across. And I think grass path works better because it's kind of like sunken into the ground and it looks like it's been, not paved, but kind of traveled in that sort of sense. Should I put something right here and right there? Like maybe like a spruce wood slab to kind of resemble like a little bit of a log or something like that, just laying right there, so that like you can get up and down there. Maybe we can just do something like that. And actually, I think we might like kind of loosen this area up, and that looks too symmetrical. Something like that, kind of indicating a path. I think that's a nice way to fit this sort of open space right here. Maybe put another one right there. Alrighty then. Then after that, we can take some large ferns and double grass. I usually don't like to go crazy with these things, just scattering them every now and then. You kind of gotta keep it real. So yeah, I think I'll just put a few right there. Take some tall grass, put it like that. Maybe put some more tall grass over there. And then use the smaller ones. And you can use these in abundance as much as you want, because these actually, they look quite nice when you put them everywhere. So yeah, let's just do that. Throw them around in these spots where it's a little bit sparse. There we go. And then we can take a few flowers. In terms of flowers, there's, sort of a limited selection. I usually like to use dandelions, azure bleuets or something. Is that French? I don't know how to pronounce that. I also like to use like white tulips and pink tulips, and sometimes blue orchids. Those are quite nice. And apparently I have some roses there as well. I mean poppies. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just a, I'm a traditional player. These are roses to me. But yeah, I usually like to do that. And whenever I put down the dandelions, I usually like to keep them in sort of clusters, because that's kind of like, natural. It's all about the natural. The reason why I love this world is just because of how realistic it kind of, the realistic vibes it evokes. That's it. So yeah, that's pretty much what we've been keep doing for that. And we just kind of continue that, and as you can see, like, just take a single section out of this and you got something similar. But I just realized what I also like to do is take stone blocks and stone buttons. These kind of like resemble rocks and stuff like that. So the buttons, you can just kind of scatter them across like that, and they look like little pebbles and stuff like that. I think it's like a nice touch to like anything. I also like to throw in leaves. That's kind of like bushes. But yeah, these big stones are, supposed to be big stones, of course. They're kind of explanatory. But yeah, I also like throwing leaves every now and then as like bushes. And I only use oak and birch because those are the good ones. Oak and dark oak, they're essentially the same thing. I'm pretty sure they are. And I'm pretty sure acacia is like the exact same thing as well. Yeah. I don't know why, but like, just take oak, acacia, and dark oak. They're the exact same thing, so it doesn't really matter how you use them. But yeah, when you do that, just layer by layer, things eventually start to come in. So, we got the path. If you want, I usually use this over in these forests over here. You can texture the ground if you really feel like it, which I might do, but this is a good way. This is a good like model of what a nice forest kind of looks like. We have fallen tree right there, or some of the best forest that I made is actually over here. And come down here, I really like these ones. Sort of a nice textured ground, a little bit more podzol implemented, but I just kind of have random things sort of scattered about. We got like stuff like that, and I just genuinely think it's a little bit of a better design. So, yeah, that's pretty much what that is. I suppose we can just get back to that. I'm not trying to go for a long episode, like I normally do. But yeah, let's get back over here. And yeah, I guess I'm gonna just look over this thing because I really like the way this turned out. I really like the river, and now it's kind of like indented into the ground, like it should be. Erosion happens. I don't know if you've heard of that, but it happens. But also, aside from that, in terms of plans for just this general area, what I'm going to keep doing is, that's a little bit strange, but yeah, I'm probably just going to continue it out, kind of like keep the forest a little less severe over here, I guess. And I'll probably do that by taking fences. Oak and spruce, I think, work relatively well. Probably spruce because it, better fits the oak wood over here, kind of works out better. So I think I might just use oak wood. And I think I'll just scatter these about like that. And these are going to kind of indicate our things. So we can just scatter them out like that. And then after this, it's going to take a long time. That's for sure. What I'll do is I'll just take it and let's get some oak and birch. We'll differentiate between the two leaves. We'll go up about like 3 or 4 posts. And then we'll take just some oak wood and just kind of scatter it about in just sort of a random pattern. So it kind of looks like a stick of cotton candy or something. I don't know. We just kind of scatter it out like that. And these are supposed to represent, just smaller trees, like kind of developing trees. Like when these townhouses were being put in, they cut down this, but then we were like, oh wait, we don't need that. Let's throw in some trees because that's always a good idea. So yeah, they just did that. I think that's a nice way to do it. And then you can also scatter, of course, the bushes around, the lovely bushes. So yeah, let's just put those in like that. And it's going to be, we kind of got a bigger forest over there, and then just a smaller one over here. I think this makes a good sort of video topic. So in case you're looking on inspiration or, information, that's, so okay, yeah, in case you're looking for that, then I think this video could serve you quite well. And then of course I just need to replicate that a bunch of times, and also we gotta throw in a few of these ones, not too tall, but like I'll probably make these custom just because they're like just because they're small. But I think what I might do is make these just a relatively taller than the other ones, to show that they've like grown more or something. I think that's a good idea. Let's see, let's just kind of go just complete however I want with this. So let's kind of do something like that, bring it up so that hopefully this will do pretty good. I'm probably gonna make a little bit more of a bushy top because it's like a bigger tree, and hopefully that should do pretty good. Alright, so we can just continue with that. There we go. Alright, let's put a little bit of top on there, a little bit more to kind of round off the edges, and there we go. That's one little custom tree. Then we can kind of scatter those about whenever. I don't really like this part going off like that. And there we go. So yeah, we can just scatter a couple of those trees, these bigger ones, every now and then, giving off that natural sense. The natural sense that it needs, the natural sense that it deserves. And then we'll throw in the bushes and of course the rocks. I just like sprint around and throw them down randomly. And of course I saw that, don't you worry. I saw this. Oh, I hate it when that happens. Alright, there we go. Now we finally got that. And also, get rid of that. There we go. Yeah, that's pretty much what we're going to do for that. And yeah, I keep getting stone buttons everywhere. Alright. So yeah, there we go. That's essentially that. I want to continue with this design. And I'm also going to like fill in that area. And also right here, as I mentioned in the updates video, I'm just going to like continue it this way. So that kind of forms as it's kind of like a barrier between the townhouses and the highway, just as like a sound barrier, but also just like a natural barrier in some sense. So yeah, I'm gonna keep doing that, continuing this design. Yeah, it's a very nice, lovely forest environment. I love the way these forests turn out whenever I make them, and it like requires a lot less time than you actually think. So yeah, I think that's made for a pretty good video. Let me know if you kind of like this style where I kind of like, teach you in that sort of sense rather than you just like watching me build. I kind of like, I think it just generally makes a better video. But yeah, that'll be it for this episode. I don't thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.